Hi guys, and thanks so much for joining us for our very first session with Sit With Sam. That's the hashtag Sit With Sam, as you can see there. And I'm joined with a very special guest here, Debs from Fox Sports. Thank you, Debs, for joining us.
Thank you, Sam.
We are very privileged to have him.
For the first show as well.
For the first show, and one of many. So let's get straight into it. Debs, please share with us who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. As Sam said, my name's Debs Majumdar and I'm the commercial manager for all things digital at Fox Sports.
And what a lovely studio we're in today. It's a very privileged to be here.
Happy to host you today.
So we're going to delve in with a few questions now from some of the audience. So our first question is, or this one's actually coming from me. So I've been watching you for a while and I've seen you at Money in Sport, I've seen you out at different speaking events, absolutely inspired about what you've been doing and the information you've been sharing, but you caught my attention on your Instagram account.
Right. Okay.
So I've noticed recently you've put a lot more effort into building your personal brands. Can you share with us all, for what purpose are you doing that?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, funnily enough, it's actually just come into its own by itself. Having been invited to, as you mentioned, some of the conferences, to speak at those conferences, and also to join some other industry leaders on panels, and also having the privilege to moderate some of those panels as well. I guess it's just come about sort of naturally, but I've had a lot of, I must admit, I've had some wins in my career, but most importantly, I've made a lot of mistakes and learned from them. And using these kind of forums, it's the best way to share that kind of knowledge, not only for the wider industry, but those wanting to come into the industry as well. It's often those truths which you don't often get exposed to. And also on the flip side, when you throw away the admin, the politics, the red tape, at the end of the day, people always want to know the person behind the brand or the person behind the deals. You're not always defined by necessarily who you work for, but the accomplishments in which you achieve. So personal branding, it doesn't matter what industry you're in these days, it's just absolutely crucial.
Absolutely agree, and you've caught my attention, and I'm sure you will, many viewers watching us right now. So moving into my second question then, and this is a really popular question from the audience. Over time, we would imagine that you've hit hurdles, you've hit challenges.
Just a few, yeah.
Just a few, obviously, because of where you are today. I'd love to share with us, share with us how you've overcome them. Like, what type of mindset have you had to be able to push through those challenges and really propel yourself forward? Yeah,
absolutely. Look, I won't lie, I've had a lot of challenges in my career, as anyone typically would. Nothing's ever easy. What I've always managed to do is obviously keep a positive mindset, as you've said, but always have instilled me just that long-term vision, basically. So working for, I guess, a more corporate media environment like Foxtel and Fox Sports, for example, our vision is to create the most innovative way for customers to enjoy news, sport and entertainment. It sounds a little bit corny, but that's what effectively gets us out of bed every single day. It's important to always reflect on that as well, especially when times are tough and you're getting bogged down in admin or deals that don't go through, or difficult clients, or even difficult stakeholders internally as well. It's always important to kind of step back and revisit that, or reassess kind of that long-term vision. And whatever setbacks you experience today doesn't necessarily mean they'll be around in the next sort of 12, 18, 24 months as well. It's always important, as you said, to keep that mindset. And what really fuels my mindset is actually health and fitness outside of, the daily 9 to 5 as well. Funnily enough, if you were to ever graph kind of how happy I am, it's funnily enough when work is really, really busy, kicking goals, but then also I'm in the gym at 4:30, 4 days a week, working out, making sure I'm getting the absolute maximum efficacy as I can out of my entire day.
I can see that because I watch his Instagram stories a lot. I get up pretty early, but not 4:30. And he's straight in the gym, he's hustling, and then straight into work.
I do hit snooze a few times, but no. Do you know what? Getting into the gym at 5. Disclaimer: I get up at 4:30 to be in the gym at 5. But to get in there nice and early, before basically more than half the world is up at that time, it just motivates you to kind of keep on going.
Absolutely, there's a few key secrets coming out here that many people can employ.
Get up early. I do go to bed at like 8 or 8:30 p.m. So just letting you know, when you do get up that early, your days do get a little bit shorter. So
Thanks for setting the expectations there for us, Debs. So obviously, you're powering through those challenges, you're overcoming them. Can you share with us like 3 tactics that have helped you from where you were as a journalist to where you are today? Like, what are 3 things that you've really used to help you power forwards?
Interesting. Okay. Firstly, I'd say to be always adaptive and agile in any business. I know agile is a big kind of digital buzzword, but it can be applied for any single industry. You've got to be able to pivot, you've got to be able to roll with the punches, you've got to deal with setbacks, and in your career you've always got to reskill and upskill more so than anything else. Having worked in media, I've dealt with my fair share of egos, and what I've definitely learned is you have to leave your ego at the door. You're in there to basically get a job done and get in there and just get it done. Leave all your preconceived ideas, your ego, anything else behind, and just basically get in there. You'll be dealing with many egos. Doesn't matter actually, even outside of media as well. The room doesn't need an extra ego in there too. And finally, I would say listen more than you talk. For those who do know me, know that I'm a man of very few words. But whenever I do talk, I always make sure it's always benefiting the person who I'm speaking to. The last thing you want to do is be that, I guess, the person who rants and never learns anything as well.
Right, yeah, I've learned from doing that.
Have you? Oh, come on. I still learn a lot from Sam, even though she speaks a mile a minute. But yeah.
And lastly, okay, so you've been in the digital space a while. Yeah, you're living and breathing it every single day. Just share with us what you think 12 months looks like for now in the digital space.
Okay, 12 months, funnily enough, isn't actually that far away. We're already, almost in September of 2018. So anyway, 12 months, I definitely think there'll be not necessarily some aha kind of changes, but more smaller incremental changes, whereby if we were to sit around here at this table now, 12 months from now, we'd actually go, oh, actually, there have been some movements in that space. Those spaces would definitely be things like virtual reality and the way we kind of consume content, the business model in and around how content syndication is done at the moment. You'll see more of the social networks now kind of playing in that space, in and around that free or that freemium sort of model. And then finally, artificial intelligence and more predictive algorithms. Right from your smart fridges knowing when you're running out of milk, for example, and then right through to kind of your news and apps, websites that you sort of use on a day-to-day basis, serving up relevant content to you rather than you searching out that content.
So we're going to be even more productive, we're going to be even better human beings than what we are right now, thanks to AI.
Absolutely. We'll, funnily enough, spend more time on it, and who knows, maybe with the time that we save, we can go and invest in, I don't know, creating more algorithms or doing more deals. Who knows? Doing more
deals, I like that. Deal day. Thank you so much, Deb, for sharing all of this gold nugget information with us. Guys, if you've got any questions, then please do comment in the section below, or there will be something coming up along the screen with a call to action to get you to do something. Obviously, this man has made it to where he is today. He's got lots of information to share with you to assist you to kind of shortcut some of those mistakes that Debs has made. And yeah, we'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks.
Thank you.